कृपया क्षमताम् अपराधिजनं कलुषायुतशक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 5th chapter, verse number 40. Tvam apyadabhrashuta vishrutam vibho samapyate yena vidang vibhutsitam pratyahi dukkhair muhura arditatmanam संक्लेश निर्वाण मुशंति नान्यथा. Vedavyasa, Narada Goswami is telling to Vedavyasa, O Maharshi, knower of all the scriptures, you also sing the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Hari completely, by which all the inquiries or all the quests of the knowledge seeking persons will be finished. Simply by listening to the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, those who want to gain knowledge, or if those who have any quest for knowledge, all of those things will be finished by simply listening to the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And it is also the only way by which one can get peace in the heart. We heard the purport by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur yesterday. We will read the purport by Srila Prabhupada. Mukta Purusha Ganerei Bhagavanir Rupa Gun Lila Kirtan. Who can sing the glories of Supreme Lord's form, qualities, pastimes, etc.? Prabhupada is telling only those who are liberated. As long as we are in the conditioned state, we will not be able to describe the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Because the Lord, His form, qualities, pastimes, etc., all of them are transcendental, beyond the material modes of nature. So those who are living in the three modes of material nature, or in other words, those who are bound by the three modes of material nature, how can they sing about Supreme Lord who is beyond all these things? So, Prabhupada is telling that only the liberated souls Who can perform devotion? Actually, devotion is performed only by liberated souls. We cannot perform devotion. Whatever we are doing is not devotion. We are doing devotional activities. We are practicing devotion. We are not doing devotion. Practicing is different from actually performing or executing devotion. Executing devotional activities means sarvopadi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam. Completely freed from all mundane designations. I am this, I am that, I am this. No. One should be freed from all these mundane designations. And jnana karmadi anavritam. One should be freed from all the desires for jnana and karma. Then one will be able to perform devotion. Otherwise, it's not devotion. Whatever we are doing in our current stage is we are practicing devotion, or we can say that we are executing the devotional activities as instructed by Guru, following the order of Guru. He has given us eligibility to hear Harikatha. He has given us the eligibility to perform some deity worship. He has given us the eligibility to sing kirtans. So whatever eligibility Sri Guru has given, we are trying to execute those as per his instruction. But it cannot be called as devotion yet. Devotion is possible only in the liberated platform. बद्ध जीवगण कखनई भगवाने रूप गुण लीला कीर्तन करते पारे ना. The conditioned souls, or as long as one is conditioned, he will not be able to sing the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, his pastimes and his form. How can he realize them? To talk about some subject matter, you need to have knowledge about it. You should have realization of it. Otherwise, what can you speak about that particular subject matter? So, Baddhaji was the living and the conditioned souls, they cannot speak about the glories of Supreme Lord. Brahmagya Ganer Harisevai Ekmatra Kritya. And those who are Brahmagyas, those who have realized the Brahman, Supreme, they perform only one thing, that is service to Hari. As long as we identify ourselves as somebody belonging to this material world with some designation or some action, then we will not be able to perform exclusive devotion to Supreme Lord. Because we think that I need to do this also, I need to do this also, I am a husband, I am a wife, I am a Brahmana, I am an engineer, I am this particular nationality, all these things, as long as we carry these opinions, we think that, we have to perform these also. But Srila Prabhupada is telling that only those who are Brahmagya, those who are realized that I belong to the Brahman, I don't belong to this material world, then their only duty is to perform the service to Hari, nothing else. ताहारा अविद्याग्रस्त होइया व्यावहारिक जगते स्वस्व श्रेष्ठता स्थापने यत्न करेना. They are not, endeavoring or putting efforts to establish their supremacy in this world. Yes, I am, such and such. They are not endeavoring or putting any such sort of efforts to establish their supremacy. They are simply executing the service to Supreme Lord Hari. That is their only duty. They are not doing anything other than that. Anavigya Brahma Bruvagane Nyay Achyutatma Brahmagya Bhagavat Seva Vyatita Anna Kono Karje Korenna. So, unlike those who identify themselves as Brahmanas or Kshatriyas of this material world, those who have got true knowledge. What is true knowledge? What is the meaning of Brahmana? Meaning of Brahmana is Brahma Janatiti Brahmana. A person who knows the Brahman or who has got the knowledge of the Brahman, he is called Brahmana. We are in this material world, we are using the word ordinarily, I am a Brahmana. But that person cannot be not called as a Brahmana as long as he has no knowledge of the Brahman, or as long as he is not endeavoring to connect himself with Brahman. These days, Brahmanas, what they are doing is, they are performing so-called religious activities to fill their. They are not doing it as a service to Supreme Lord. This is my duty. I am a Brahmana. My objective is to please Supreme Lord. It is not their motive. Their motive is that I shall do puja, I'll get money, I'll fill my stomach. That's why, if you want to perform any puja for 1 hour, you need to give 10,000. If you can only give 1,000, puja will be over in 5 minutes, because the Brahmana would not want to waste time. He will go to somewhere else. He will go to 10 different houses to earn 1,000 rupees at each place. Everywhere he will do 5-minute puja, and then he will earn. But if you give 10,000, 15,000, I will do puja for 1 hour. That is what is the today's, Brahmanas activities. But Brahma Janatiti, the true identity is that I belong to Brahman. Therefore, I shall seek the knowledge about Brahman. This is what a true Brahmana's spirit should be. So, unlike these less intelligent so-called Brahmanas or relatives of Brahmanas, those who have got the knowledge of Brahman, that is the devotees, they are always busy in performing Hari Seva, service to Supreme Lord. Whatever they do is service to Supreme Lord. We may see that devotees are traveling. That's also service. They are traveling for serving Supreme Lord. We are seeing that the devotees are sleeping. That is also service, because they are sleeping to perform service in a much better rejuvenated way the next day. Or you can say, even when sleeping, they have given this physical body rest to this physical body, but through their inner self, they are serving Supreme Lord. We think, because we are mundane, we think that devotee is sleeping means he is also sleeping like me. He is not serving, he is not doing devotion during that time. No. Through his mind, through his heart, he is actually serving Radha Krishna. This is what it is. भगवान श्री हरिर कीर्तन होइले जीवेर जावतीय जिज्ञासार सदुत्तर प्राप्ति घटे. Only when one sings the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, or only when there are true glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, then all the questions, all the doubts, inquiries will be answered. Means, when there is a true manifestation of Harikatha, our Prabhupada used to say, Harikatha is the most scarce thing in this material world. You get everything in this material world, but not Harikatha. Harikatha has become so rare thing. Srila Prabhupada even says that nobody in this material world is dying out of scarcity of food. People are dying out of scarcity for Harikatha, because they are not able to understand that this birth and death are all temporary. We belong to Supreme Lord. We have to serve Supreme Lord. Therefore, everyone is dying because of scarcity. Otherwise, no one has to die at all. Why one will have to die? Sridhar Maharaj used to say, die to live. We are not dying to die again. We are dying and then take birth and then die. Take birth, again die. That is dying to die. But the devotees die to live. They die so that they will live eternally in the abode of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. They don't have to die again. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada says people are dying due to the scarcity of Harikatha, not out of scarcity of food or any other supplies in this material world. Everything is abundant in this material world, but Harikatha. So, such a rare thing it is. Our Gadadhar Prabhu is there, Param Gurudev's disciple. He always says this. For Harikatha, there are only 1, 2, 3, 4 persons. And for Prasad, hall is full. There is no place. And during this Pujapad Bharati Maharaj Harikatha, he was sitting there. He told for Harikatha, only English persons were sitting and listening Harikatha. Only foreign devotees, they are sitting and listening Harikatha. And for eating prasad, so many Indian devotees also came. He is telling that these persons are only busy eating, but you see the foreign devotees, how interested they are, how sincere they are. They have not come to eat, they have come to hear Harikatha. This is actually true. That to hear Harikatha, there are very few. But to eat, there is no scarcity. So many persons are coming. So, if there is any scarcity, it is Harikatha. Harikatha kirtaner durbikhyi जीवेर नाना प्रकार तर्कमूलक वाद विसंवाद ओ संदेहादि उपस्थित है. Why there are doubts in this material world? Why there are so many debates and arguments in this material world? Because Prabhupada says, because there is scarcity of Harikatha. Because there is scarcity of Harikatha, there are so many arguments, there are so many debates, there are so many doubts. When will the doubts be dispelled? Our Guru Maharaj used to say, a quote of Srila Swami Maharaj, when one is enlightened by the knowledge by which ignorance is destroyed, that knowledge reveals everything as sun lights up everything daytime. Guru Maharaj used to say, the entire philosophy is there in this. When one is enlightened by the knowledge by which ignorance is destroyed, that is divine knowledge. Guru Maharaj used to say, if you say ignorance go away, it will not go away. Darkness go away, it will not go away. You have to put the light on. When you put the light on, then the darkness will automatically run away. But you endeavor any other means to drive away the darkness. You can do so many things. Homa, yajna, tapasya, sadhana, bhajan. You do all those things to drive away darkness. Will it go away? No. Simply put the light on. Darkness will go away. In a similar manner, ignorance, we have ignorance. How can that ignorance be gone? And as long as there is ignorance, there are doubts. This object is there is no light. How is this object? I am not able to see. Therefore, how is this object? Is this a living object, a non-living object? Does it have any desire or anything? How does it look like? When will all these questions be answered? Simply put the light on. Then it will be automatically answered. So as long as we are in darkness, these doubts will be there. As long as we are in darkness, these arguments will be there. Some will say, no, it's a soft object, it's non-living object. No, I felt that it moved, it's a living object. Who is right? Light comes, automatically it's revealed. So when one is enlightened by the knowledge by which ignorance is destroyed, then that knowledge reveals everything, just like sun lights up everything at the daytime. When the sun arises, then all the darkness is dispelled. You are able to see yourself and you are able to see every other object properly. Every other object. This is tree, this is an animal, this is that. Here is a man, here is a woman, here is an object, here is a dog. You are able to see everything without any doubt simply when the sun rises. Till the time in the darkness you have doubt. So Srila Prabhupada says, only because of the scarcity of Harikatha, there is this doubt, there is argument, there are debates, but once Harikatha is there, everything will be finished. Vishnu Dharmeu Tahai Kathita Hoyache. Even in Vishnu Dharma literature, it's the same thing is written. Rig Vedo Atha Yajur Vedaha Samavedo Apyatharvanaha Adhitasthena Yenoktam Harirityksha Aksharadvayam. It is said that Hari Aksharadvayam. Dvaya means two. Hari has two syllables, Ha and Ri. Ha and Ri. As soon as this reveals Hari, these two syllables are revealed, everything is attained. Means Rig, Sama, Yajur and Atharva, all the Vedas, they are directing everyone towards these two syllables only. All the scriptures, they talk about these two syllables, Hari, that's all. If that Hari is known, all the scriptures are automatically known. Therefore, my dear Vyasadev, sing the glories of Hari. You have classified Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda. But the one that is actually pointing to that is Hari is not glorified properly. Therefore, you sing the glories of Hari properly. इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे ब्रह्मसूत्र भाष्ये पारमहंस्यां संहितायां वैयासक्यां प्रथमस्कंदे व्यास नारद संवादो नाम पंचमोऽध्यायः. Thus ends the 5th chapter in the 1st canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where the discussion between Narada and Vedavyasa has been narrated. Now we will start chapter number 6. Shri Suta Uvacha Evam Nishamya Bhagavan Devarsher Janma Karmacha Bhuyah Prachannatam Brahman Vyasah Satyavati Sutah. Shri Suta kahilen, हे ब्रह्मन, देवर्षि नारदेर एतादृश जन्म और कर्म वृत्तांत सादरे श्रवण करिया सत्यवती तनय भगवान वेदव्यास नारद के पुनराय जिज्ञासा करिलेन. Suta Goswami is telling to the Saunaka and other rishis. He is telling, my dear Brahmanas, Devarshi Narada, he has described about the birth and activities. After hearing the birth and activities of Narada in his previous life, means Narada's previous life, the son of Satyavati, that is Vedavyasa Muni, he inquired from Narada in this manner. Because so far previously Narada had given instructions, and after that he started describing about his past previous life. So after hearing his birth in the previous life and his activities in the previous life, Vedavyasa Muni has inquired this following question. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, ए षष्ठ अध्याये नारद कर्तृक वने गमन करिया श्री कृष्ण दर्शन ताहार वाणी श्रवण एवं ताहार प्रदत्त चिन्मय तनुर प्राप्ति बोला होइया छे. In this 6th chapter, we are going to hear Narada's entering into the forest, then he listening the instructions of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, and then after that he attained the transcendental body. These activities or these particular pastimes of Narada's previous life are going to be narrated in this particular chapter. Shri Vyasa Uvacha Bhikshu Bhirvipra Vasite Vigyana Deshrubhistava Vartamano Vayasyadye Tatah Kimakarod Bhavan. Shri Vyasa kahilen, हे देवर्षे, আপনার সেই গুহ্য ভগবত জ্ঞান বিষয়ে উপদেশ দাতা পরিব্রাজকগণ দূরদেশে গমন করিলে পর প্রথম বয়সে তদানীন্তন বাল্যাবস্থায় আপনি কি করিয়াছিলেন? So, Vedavyasa is inquiring from Narada Goswami. What is he asking? My dear Devarshi, after those sages, they left your house, because the sages, they stayed there for Chaturmasya, the 4-month period. So after the sages left your place, by giving the instructions about Supreme, you were a very small child at that time. So what did you do after they left your place as a small boy? You was about 5 or 6 years old. So what did you do after that? 4 months activities, I heard what you did. And then you said that the rishis and munis, they left the place. Now what did you do after that? Shri Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, ज्ञानोपदेष्टा सेई परिव्राजकगण सेई प्रवास होइते विच्युत होइले अर्थात दूर देशे गमन करिले. So these sages, they have given the knowledge. What knowledge? Knowledge of the Supreme. They have given the knowledge of Supreme and they left. They are addressed as Parivrajakas. Parivrajakas means those who are traveling. There are Parivrajakas who travel from place to place to propagate the message of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That is their duty. There are 2 kinds of devotees. One is called Goshthanandi and other is called Bhajananandi. Bhajananandi means those who take pleasure in performing their own bhajan. They don't interact too much with the public, nor they do so much of preaching. They are Bhajananandis. They take pleasure in their own bhajan and sadhan. Other are called Goshthanandis. Goshthanandi means they take pleasure in speaking the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna to others. So these Goshthanandis, they do a lot of traveling. They are called Parivrajakas. Means they go from place to place and preach the message so that those who are conditioned in that particular locality, they also become devotees of Supreme Lord. So that is their duty. So these Parivrajakas, they stayed for 4 months at Narada's place. Narada is the son of a maid servant. It's about the past birth. So now they have left for another place. विप्रवसिते এই পদে সম্প্রসারণের অভাব আর্ষ প্রয়োগ হইয়াছে আপনি বাল্যাবস্থায় কি করিয়াছিলেন? So you were a child at that time. So what did you do? Because why this question is, what did you do? Because for a child, for a certain period of time, whatever he is exposed to, he does it. But once the environment changes, he will also change. Like if the child is put in, one kind of play school, he is playing there, he is happy there, and then you shift him to, some other relative's place, then within some time he will get adjusted, because he does not have any, sensibility of what is good, what is bad. He just enjoys in whatever situation he is provided with, isn't it? That's what a child is. He does not take any responsibility. He has no particular liking to, yes, this is what I want. Because people like us, after we are matured, grown up, yes, this is what I want. I want to become this, I want to become that. But for a child, it's not like that. So he got exposure with the sadhus for 4 months. Now the question is, since you were a child, Devarshi Narad, what did you do after the sages do? It's a very, very important question. দেবর্ষি নারদকে ব্যাসদেবের এই প্রশ্ন করিবার অভিপ্রায় আপনার শিষ্য আমিও সেইরূপ করিবার অভিলাষ করি. Now Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur is revealing what could be the possible reason for Vedavyasas asking this question to Narada. He is asking, the intention is that I want to know what you did so that I also do the same thing. By doing this, you have become such a great sage and you have realized the Supreme. Now, I also, and you are very blissful, very peaceful. Yesterday, we heard the purport wherein he said that, yesterday or day before, he says that you have written the Vedas, you have classified the Vedas, you have written so many scriptures, you are not happy. But I have only given Narada Pancharatra, one Pancharatra system, and I am very happy. Why? Because I spoke about Supreme Lord. Now, Narada Goswami, Vedavyasa Muni's question here is, Vishnachakravarti Thakur is revealing, he is asking because I want to know what you did so that I will also do the same thing in order to get supreme bliss. This is what is the honest inquiry. Now, people like us, we also put questions. How did you start your Hari Bhajan? How did it happen? But we take it as some story. Oh yes, a very interesting story, very nice. But how much of it we want to follow it? Whether we want to know, whether we are curious for it, or whether we want to follow it. How our Guru Varga and how they have, spent their childhood days, how they had spent their youthhood days. By knowing that, if we just want to make it as a history or his life, I have known about his life, I can narrate his life so nicely, then we will not learn anything out of it. But if we try to understand that and put that into practice for our own self, then it will bear the actual fruit. So Vedavyasa Muni is putting this question is, what you did, I want to know that so that I will also do the same thing in order to get bliss. I am not blissful now. Swayambhuva kaya vritya vartitam te param vayah katham vedam udashrakshi kalo prapta kalevaram. हे ब्रह्मनंदन, आपनी आयुष कालेर अवशिष्ट भाग कोन कार्ये व्यय करियाछिलेन? कालवशे वार्धक्य आसिले किरूपेई वा सेई दासी गर्भजात देह त्याग करियाछिलेन? Vedavyasa Muni is inquiring because the life of pure devotees is very, very important for all of us to know. If we don't have the desire to know the life and activities of pure devotees, then we will not get any inspiration. We want to imitate the pastimes of Krishna, but we don't want to follow what the pure devotees have enacted in this material world, so that our actual relationship with Krishna will be rekindled. We will not do that. The pure devotees' life and activities are very, very essential for those who want to make progress in the spiritual life. Vedavyasa Muni is putting a question to Narada Goswami, and actually he is instructing all of us that we should have a very, very firm interest to know the life and activities of the pure devotees. So what is Narada's question, Vedavyasa's question? Hey Brahmanandan, O son of Brahma, what did you do the rest of the life? Means you were only a small child after that. What did you do the rest of your life in your past birth? And after you attained old age, how did you leave your body? This is also very important. How pure devotees leave their body, how did he die, is not what is being inquired. How did he leave the body? Leaving the body means it is by their desire they accept a body, and it is by their own desire they leave the body. Like a person who is minister, who is visiting a jail, He is coming into the jail by his own desire, isn't it? There is no stipulated time that he should come. He is coming by his own desire, and then no one can say, if you have come to the jail, you have to sit in the jail for at least 1 hour. That is the rule. No, for a minister he is not conditioned. He has come, he can leave by his own desire. In a similar manner, the pure devotees, when they come to this material world, it is their choice. They came by their own desire or by the desire of Supreme Lord. They don't have, of course, independent desire of their own, that I want to go to material world, I want to deliver. No, if Krishna desires, then they will immediately obey to that. And again they go back to Supreme Lord by the desire of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, not like conditioned living being. Therefore, how did you, as a son of a maid servant, leave your body at your old age? I want to know this. Your devotees leaving this physical world, planet, is also very, very purificatory. That's why in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kaviraj Goswami writes that those who have heard the manner in which Haridas Thakur has left the planet, those who have heard how Haridas Thakur's Samadhi had taken place, those who have participated in those activities, those who have participated in the Sankirtan, those who took prasad of that festival, all of them are delivered. They get a very highly esteemed position. Means the passing away of the pure devotees is also that which liberates the conditioned living being. How he passes from this material world. That's greatly purificatory. You see our Gurudev, how he has left the planet. Simply by remembering those days, those who have witnessed those days, they know. They still feel the goosebumps in their body. When they remember those days in Calcutta when non-stop Sankirtan was going on. Is it not purificatory? Is pure devotees leaving this planet not purificatory? So purifying. As soon as one remembers, immediately one feels the purification of the heart. In the middle of Sankirtans, in a raised voice, non-stop Sankirtan for 7 days, he has very pleasantly and peacefully left the planet. And just not that, all the way till his Samadhi, how the Vaishnavas have followed him, how they were mad about him, how they were weeping for him, and how they have forgot about all their family relations during these days. Simply, one will be shocked by hearing also. Is it possible? Now, nobody can artificially simulate such a case again. Nobody can do so. If we think that for 1 week we will give up all our family attachments, relations, designations, offices, schools, colleges, sit and perform Sankirtan non-stop forget about for 1 week, for 2 days. Impossible. Impossible. So, simply by remembering such passing away of the pure devotees is purificatory, and they make impossible possible by their spiritual personality, presence. So, here Narada Goswami is inquiring from him, Vedavyasa Muni is inquiring from Narada Goswami that what did you do the rest of your life, and how did you leave your body when you grew old, particularly after you took birth as a son of a maid servant. Oh, time is up. Okay, we will continue tomorrow. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। परमाराधितम पतित पावन स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद प्रणम स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय सपरिकर श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन श्री श्री राधा गोविंद श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ जीव की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय। श्री कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेदव्यास महामुनि की जय। श्री नारद गोस्वामी की जय। श्रीमद् भागवत श्रवण करी भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।